Today is Tuesday, Parashat Re'eh. The pasuk in the parasha of this week says, Ki am kadosh ata Adonai Elohecha, because you are a holy people to Hashem your God. Ubecha bahar Adonai liot lo le'am segula, and Hashem has chosen you to be a treasured people for Him, a chosen, treasured people, mikol ha'amim asher al penei adama, from all the nations that are upon the earth. And right after this pasuk, the Torah goes on to tell us about the laws of Kashrut, what animals we're allowed to eat, what fish we're allowed to eat. And it closes that section, what birds, and it closes that section with saying about not being allowed to eat meat and milk together. But at the end of that section, again, it says, Ki am kadosh ata Adonai Elohecha, because you are a holy people to Hashem your God. So we see here that the subject of kosher food, which would seem to be a material, physical type of consumption, is connected to be careful, not eat non-kosher food because you're a holy people, you're a holy nation, holy being a subject that is more spiritual than physical, I say. But the idea is the following, that in order to be able to connect with the holiness, with the sanctity, and with the spirituality that we have as a potential, eating kosher food is a very important aspect. In another parasha, when he spoke about kosher food, he says, "Venit metembam." If you eat non-kosher food, then you'll become tameh, which means impure. But Chachamim explain that not just tum'ah, but also timtum, a kind of thickness of understanding, kind of lack of connection and being able to connect with certain concepts in spirituality. If a person eats non-kosher food, he's creating a kind of separation. He dulls his senses of being able to connect with a potential of spirituality that is available to every single Jew. And that's why we have to be very careful with the laws of Kashrut. This morning in Chok Yisrael, one of the halachot that we read is if a person eats a non-kosher food, he should not say a bracha, he should not say a blessing, because a blessing on a food is an important part of enjoying and partaking that food, but it should be a food that is permitted to eat. So Kashrut is very important. It's a mitzvah that we are to follow, and it has incredible value in terms of being able to connect with spirituality. Once a person came to me asking me about a question. It was an interesting question. He said he really would like to become closer to his Jewish observance of laws, of mitzvot. He feels he wants to connect more, but he feels the connection is not there. He has a hard time connecting. And my question to him was, do you eat kosher food? Are you careful with that? And his response was negative. But I said, start being careful with eating kosher food, because as you do that, you're opening up a window of opportunity to connect with spirituality, with Judaism, with mitzvot, with tefillah, with many different things that are available, that if a person is eating non-kosher, he creates that separation with the kedusha, with the holiness that is of Am Yisrael. And last week we read in the parasha, "Lo al lechem levado yehya adam, ki al motzah pi Hashem yehya adam." It's not just the physical component of the food. Hashem, in His divine wisdom that of the Torah, directs us in terms of what is proper for us to consume and what is not proper for us to consume. And the benefits of it is not just physical, it's very much spiritual. And interestingly here, before the section on Kashrut, and at the end of the section of Kashrut, the concept of Kedusha, of holiness of Am Yisrael, is highlighted. Baruch Adonai le'olam, Amen ve'amen.